rebel. Babe, can you see that? Snapchat, Instagram, uchikila. We could have told out the bed as Jacatinia. Friday night at Pablo, some tequila. Let me take you down the brew. Let me show you what we do. Little mommy, we're a perfect fit.
Hi everybody, welcome to our podcast, Her Hour, and as usual, it's your girl Vera with the beautiful
Jordan. How are you doing?
Yes, how are you guys doing? So today we are by the pool and we're talking about two naked girls and a podcast.
Yes, but we're not naked.
Yes, we are actually dressed.
Notes, right.
Though some people would say
we're
otherwise.
naked,
yeah,
right.
like if we were like dressed like this in 4th Street.
Right.
It would not work at all.
Like on the way here, it was a bit of like a weird situation, and Vera was like, so what if we were going on combis? And I was like,
like you should see her, like she's wearing literally like
panty shorts.
Yes, panty shorts, basically. That's the best description.
Right.
The most PG-13 description to use. Yeah, but like I feel like when are you naked as a woman? Because I feel like I may feel like I'm dressed appropriately for like a dinner party. I could go to dinner like this, guys.
Right.
What do you
like
think?
Who defines it?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Exactly.
I think that there's this expectation for women to be like clothed.
Yes.
And if you're not clothed, it's like, oh no, you're trying to be slutty, or you're trying to get a man, or you're trying to steal other people's men, or like, there's so many expectations, and I think that people are very closed when it comes to skin.
Yeah.
But what's weird, I think, is that everyone has skin under their clothes.
That's the thing. And what cracks me up the most is that like people, especially in Zim, like we use this whole thing that, oh no, according to African culture, you have to be dressed up. But sis, our tradition, our culture, they were topless with little loincloths covering the essentials. So if I'm out here wearing my, mini skirt or my butt shorts, I don't think that it should be an issue.
Right, exactly. I feel that. For me, a big point is, why is it appropriate for people to be next to naked at the beach? But the moment it's now in like a societal setting, but the beach is also a societal setting. But the moment you're like in another setting, it's like, oh my gosh, she's naked.
Yeah.
Or being in a bra and a panty is like, oh, why aren't you wearing anything? But a bra and a panty is literally a bikini.
Yes, pretty much.
With more support.
But I guess now then if you look at it in terms of like, people say that like you have to have a sense of occasion, right? But like again, like it comes back to the point that what may be appropriate for me can be like inappropriate for someone else. Like legit experience, I was reading in church, like I used to read in church a lot. And I actually stopped because it became this thing because my sister was wearing a spaghetti dress and it literally came up to her knees. She's a bit more fuller than I am.
Right.
And like, so she's just wearing a spaghetti dress and like, it's like loose hanging. So like if you're gifted and you wear like a loose hanging outfit, like, things.
So I'm not gifted, I'm gifted.
You are gifted,
right.
But if you're gifted differently.
Right.
So like, I guess maybe things were jiggling. I don't think they were, but like maybe, I don't know, that's the assumption that they had. But like they actually pulled her aside after the service and they're like, you were dressed inappropriately for church. You were distracting the priest. And I'm just like...
For me, the first question is, why are you so easily distractible?
Exactly.
Why are you looking? Should you not be focusing on like...
On the words.
Right.
On the scripture. On what the priest is saying. On your relationship with God, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, so like I just found like that really just kind of put me off. Because like, they're just like, no, you need to dress appropriately. And the funny thing is like, the non-black people, aka all the whites, like they aren't judged according to how they dress. So like she was like when they pulled her aside, they're like, no, because you're wearing shoelace strapped dresses. And then like, but we know people like in the choir, like the older white ladies who also wear their sleeveless tops, like they wear tank tops and things like that.
Right.
So we were just like, oh, so it's inappropriate when a black person shows skin, but like when a white person does it, it's like
But
it's
there's a war against brown and black skin, guys. Like there's a real like censorship that comes with being a brown person and a non-white person, to be precise. And I think that people are only okay with seeing a white person doing something because there is still so many layers of superiority. People are still so like, oh no, it's okay if a white person does. Like these shorts, guys, How many girls have you seen like at the village?
Right, right.
Wearing these shorts and like a top.
Yeah.
And it's so normal.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh my gosh, you're so naked.
Right.
No,
Nothing.
it's so
No one will say
normal. It's
anything.
like, she looks cute or whatever.
Like, oh, interesting. I wish I had a pair of shorts like that.
Right.
Or like, and the men won't even look twice. Sometimes you'll even have a situation where like men won't even look twice. Like they'll just keep walking, they'll just look and like whatever, and then continue with their life. But like if it's one of us, it's like a whole like, and like the whole cat calling, sister, no fake up, blah 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 blah, and then like it's a whole issue, which just frustrates me because I'm just like. I'm not saying that necessarily that we must tomorrow, like everyone must just go into town and like wear bum shorts. But I'm just saying that like I can literally wear like a crop top and jeans and have the worst experience of a lifetime.
Right.
Because people be like, you're dressed inappropriately, like why are you showing so much skin? But I'm just like, showing so much skin according to who? And like I can be on stage and dress a certain way and people be like, well, we don't appreciate the way you were dressed on stage. And I'm just like, well, if Beyonce goes on stage and she wears like a thong, leotard. Right? And it'll be like a thong leotard and like you won't say anything. And the worst thing is that it's other women that are saying things about like this.
Right. There's a lot of women who uphold misogyny and they're gatekeepers for men's ideals. There's a lot of women who are literally playing the game of like being a pick-me and are like, no, if my man doesn't say it's okay, then like
it's definitely not okay.
And like women are the first ones to call out other women and be like, no. Look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like, does it even make sense that women are literally batting against each other? We should be supporting each other and empowering each other to see the beauty in our skin.
Right.
Why is it okay for a guy to like take off his shirt and walk around and be like topless?
Right. Especially when it's hot. Like it's so hot these days.
I want to wear a crop top. I want to wear this and jump on the combi and not have a problem. Right.
And be okay with it. But like it's always such an issue. And like I remember the time when that lady got stripped at 4th Street. Like that was such a big issue. Like and people like, no, well, you know, there's this debate that was going on and like you'd have a lot of women that would be like, no, she was dressed inappropriately. But like I was like, I've seen people who dress worse than that. Like I was like, she was just literally wearing a tight fitting dress. And I was like, and for her to have been stripped like publicly was so unreasonable. And I was like, where were the women when this was happening?
What is this people's code? To like, no.
And I'm like, where were the other women like who were just sitting and watching this happen? And like I remember a year later we did like a campaign at 4th Street, and the funny thing is that the women, the female vendors were actually the ones that were like causing a lot of the issues. Like they were the ones who were doing most of the catcalling, saying yeah, no, I'm not feka, you know, and things like that. But like funny enough, again last year we did another campaign, and this time we alternatively had a guy wearing butt shorts at 4th Street, and we were like, we are gonna go as the girls and we're gonna like, you know, attack him and like grab his legs and be like, oh no, fake up, blah 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 blah. And then the vendors now came, the ladies came and they're like, no, tumpa Zambia here. Like they wanted to give him a Zambia to cover up.
You see what I'm saying, guys?
So I'm just like, I don't understand. Like I don't get like how to fix this. Like I feel like it's a problem. I feel like yes, you need to have a sensification, but I also feel at the same time, if I feel like I have a beautiful body and I feel like I want to wear this is the occasion, I want to dress sexy, I want to wear shorts because it's 100 degrees outside and I don't want to be burning in a long skirt
6 million
and
degrees guys. Like we all know how our country can get, and it's not cute. Like sometimes I don't want to look like I'm going to church to prayers or whatever. Like I want to wear clothes and be like skin out so I can breathe. Like, and most of the time it's not even for these men. Men be thinking it's for them. Like it's not.
That's another thing.
It's really not. Women are not here for your consumption. We're not here to like serve our bodies up so that you can like come with your knife and fork and devour us. No.
But this isn't an all-you-can-eat buffet.
This is not like a chicken inn. We're not like serving up our bodies like a piece of chicken. No.
But that's another discussion. Like a lot of people think that, you know, women dress sexy for attention, but and we can't also deny the fact that some people do that. Like,
okay, I mean, we can all admit that, like, if you know that there's a boy that you like that's gonna be somewhere, you're gonna dress like a little different.
Of course, yeah.
Like it's part of the game that we play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it goes back to this idea that women dress for men. Goes back to what we're saying now about the other women who want to now catcall the women who will be dressing in a certain way, because I think that women have this thing where there's like a jealousy thing, or there's like this thing where they think if a woman is trying to be better or dress cute or look cute, they're trying to be better, or they think they're better than everyone else, or they're trying to steal people's men. And so it goes back to that thing of like, oh yeah, she's just trying to steal people's men, she's just a slut,
trying to thirst trap.
Right.
But I feel like if you're that insecure in your life, then you're the person that has the problem. Because I get it that yes, like but the thing is, we can't deny, again, going back to the other point, like just playing the devil's advocate, we can't deny that there are some women that will dress particularly sexier or whatever because they are trying to get your man.
Right.
Like, it'll be a thing that you'll be like, okay, Vera, let's go out. You're there with your man. I'll be like, nah, there's no way. I can't accept that Jordan will get all the attention. And I like come and...
But I think it's unfair to put all women in the same box. True. Like, it's not fair. It's not cute.
But like, don't you feel like... I feel like to a certain extent, majority of like the women that I know dress like they'll put in extra effort because they don't want to be like, what do you call it, upstaged, I guess, amongst friends. Right. So like they'll dress like extremely provocative. Like I have a friend of mine, she is always like wearing very provocative outfits and stuff like that, and like, you know, some people will be like, oh my gosh, she just does it to get attention, but I'm like, but she's always been like this, guys. I feel like if it's an attention seeking thing, I think that you get to a certain age or a certain time when you just like, you're over it or whatever.
No, but I can agree with that. I'm also someone who is just like, I'm gonna dress good. Yeah. Like I love a good outfit, and if you can't deal with the fact that I like a good outfit, then that's not my problem. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I can't.
Okay, so now to look at like the nasty side of dressing sexy. Then you have issues like, you know, when someone gets raped, and then you have the policeman asking like, what were you wearing? And then it turns into a whole, well, if you were dressed differently, like, you know, that probably wouldn't have happened to you. Same thing like at the office. Like, you know, you get women who get sexually harassed all the time, and like in the workplace and stuff like that. And sometimes the excuse is that, well, with the way you dress, like you make it hard for men to
like,
concentrate.
oh, your form-fitting dresses, your what. But I don't think that should be an issue, guys. Like that should not be a situation. A rapist is not bred by the clothing that someone wears.
True.
Because then where do we speak of a child? What is like? Was the child looking a bit too sexy? Was the child
and the pampers and the diapers?
Like. It doesn't make sense. A rapist is a rapist.
Yeah,
is a rapist.
True. That is true.
There's no like favorable conditions. No.
And I think sometimes it comes down to like men learning to control themselves. Some men are actually like that, where they literally go crazy. They see a bit of skin and they lose their damn minds.
Oh, it's disgusting.
And you're just like, well, it's the same thing with women. Like we go out as girls and we see guys and we'll be like, oh my gosh, he's so fine. Oh my god, he could get it. Oh my gosh, spread him on a cracker. But like we don't go up to you and like grab you and like, you know, rub up against you, like trying to get your attention and make you feel uncomfortable.
I was once in a situation, oh my gosh, I was once in this weird situation where this guy, literally, I was wearing this dress and it was really cute and short, and this guy was like spitting game, trying to like get with me or whatever. Yeah. And then he literally gets on his knees and he's like, please, let me eat you out. Like... like on his knees in front of me, dog. Like
that is crazy. So did you let him?
Please get out. Okay. So podcast cancelled. Vera is cancelled, guys. Like, what do you mean?
No judgment if you say yes. Like get yours, honey.
No, sorry, please. You're gonna have to.
But
do
you see
way
things
more than
like that. Like
that's disgusting.
I remember like even like when I was a bit like a teenager and stuff like that, it was so hard to go out. Like, you know how it is, like when you're still a teenager, like you're really into the whole like, I want to wear a tiny dress.
I'm gonna be tying this top like the whole time.
Like, do you need a minute?
No, yeah, I think I need a minute. Give me a sec. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah, stop playing with it. Yeah.
So over it.
So like literally, so we used to freak out about going out because if you wore something short and whatever, you know, prepubescent boys would be out here like grabbing your ass and things like that. So like sorry for those of you who are listening and not watching, like Jordan keeps tying up her dog.
It's hectic, guys. It's a fashion fail going on right now.
It's not a fail though. Like you look pretty.
Yeah, it's not a fail. I'm just gonna tuck it.
Okay.
Tucked.
There we go. Problem solved.
It looks like I have like a uni boob. Shout out uni
that
boob.
Could be an S. Shout out to all the girls out there who got a uni boob.
Uni boob.
You're well represented today.
Today.
But yeah, like things like that, like where you just get touched. Like sometimes I'm just like, I want to look sexy, but I won't dress a certain way because I know that I'm going to be touched. I'm going to be hollered at like 50,000 million times by every single man that I bump into.
Right.
And like, it's not cute. You know, it's different when like someone says like, oh my gosh, you look great. And you're like, thank you. But like now when it's a thing like someone, like what you said, like the whole consumer.
I feel like a pig, guys. I feel like so sexualized.
Like the pig that's on the table with the apple in his mouth. Like literally that's how you feel. And you're just like, okay, I was not doing this for you. I just wanted to look good today because like, I think sometimes it's hard for people to understand the concept that you can actually just love your body so much. Like, I will say this for fear of being judged, but I don't care. But like, there are times when I will look at myself in the mirror and I'll just be like, damn, girl.
Yeah, same.
Damn, like, is this you?
Today, when I was coming here, I was like, okay, legs, you better.
Yes.
You better.
Show them. You know, and like, I'm just like, sometimes women just feel like that. And I feel like men just need to give us that moment. Let us be happy in our, you know, moment of just looking sexy and looking great. Right. And like, don't consume us, don't make us feel like, you know, sluts for it, because like that always now becomes a thing like, oh, you're just like a whore, and you're like,
right, but what is a whore? What is a whore dressed like, guys? Literally
like a sex worker.
No, but what is a
that they assume like? Well, like that's what they all like assume, like that's always the assumption, is that like you're trying to get the attention, and like it's always a thing like, well, so then why were you dressed like that, sweetheart? Right. I was dressed like that because I wanted to look good. I wanted to look attractive.
What do you feel about women who are now on Instagram or online, and like you'll take a sexy picture because you know it's gonna get you like 10,000 likes.
Yeah. Or
like, you know, it's gonna push your brand like to the next level, like selling sex online. Yes,
basically. Funny story though. We interviewed this particular artist. I'll say artist so that people don't know who it is.
Please explain my ear.
We'll talk after the podcast is over. Maybe there's someone here who can like lip read or like the sound will pick up. But anyway, there's this particular artist that we interviewed. And like they made a comment about how like she was like, no, I don't. She's like, you know, people need to realize that it's not about like being like an Insta model and like doing the whole sexy pics, blah 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 blah. If you were to go on her Instagram, like she is out here wearing the booty shorts, like wearing like, you know, taking the sexy pictures on the sofa and the blah. Like she's literally that person that she was like, oh, I hate people who do that. So I'm just like, so when you were telling us that like,
what were you thinking about yourself?
Like, were you talking about yourself? Were you saying that, like, you know, you're not doing it that way? I don't know. But I feel like...
And why is there a good way and a bad way? I don't understand that. You know, people are like, if you do it the right way...
Okay, if you're trying to be a Thadiana, I think that's the wrong way.
What do you mean?
Like... For clout. Woo, girl. And it's an iPhone. That would just be it. No, like...
Disrespectful.
Looking, like, I feel like you can look sexy for you, but when you're literally doing it because, like, you're doing it for clout. Like, you're doing it for the likes. You're doing it for the views. You're doing it so that, like, you know, every guy is out here, like, fantasizing about you. I feel like it's then pretentious. Is that really the brand that you want to sell? Because like, if you're really ready to fully commit to it, that means that you're putting yourself out there because you want men to consume you. So if a man consumes you in the bar and he tries to touch you and blah, 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 then you can't be mad because that's the image that she's been selling.
Right.
So you get it. Whereas like...
I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know, like...
I don't know if I feel like if you're posting it online, that's a consensual thing. You're consenting to posting your body. But like, it doesn't necessarily give consent to anyone feeling like they can just come up to you and like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. But the thing is, people on islands, like just playing the devil's advocate, I also feel like, yes, as much as we want to fight for the rights, like, oh, we don't want to be, but like, you also have to be aware of the environment that you're living in. you can't say that, well, because I would want the world to work this way, so I'm going to keep forcing things until it works that way. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes you have to be aware. Like, you have to know that, okay, if I'm going to be posting Thoriana pics on Instagram,
right,
from Sunday to Sunday, if I'm going to be a video vixen
like,
in every single video
conscious.
twerking, and then like I decide that I want to go out to Pablo's, and then like
you
I
need
get
to be
mad
ready
because
for what's gonna come with it. But I hear you.
yeah,
But it doesn't justify. It doesn't justify it. It's not a good enough justification. I think it's okay to say that, yeah, I'm prepared for what comes with the territory of posting these pictures, or like, I guess even being a porn. Let's say for a woman who is like a porn star. Could you date a porn star? Let's start there. Wait a minute. I want to ask you the question. Could you date a porn star?
No. Because I feel like porn like sells this whole unrealistic concept of sex.
Okay.
I don't think
But that has nothing to do with your relationship.
No. It does, because it'll be hard for him to separate work and...
But what if he can?
I feel like you can't. Because your job is literally having sex. Like, that is literally your job.
No.
Your job is having sex, right? And like...
It's performing. No, it's
performing.
not. It's performing.
Okay, it's performing. So in the same way that like, maybe he'll like, I don't know, have like PTSD of his previous things, and like maybe lose his mind, and like when we're trying to have our own thing, and then like get extremely aggressive, or maybe like his default sex setting is like vanilla sex, and like maybe that's not what I want. But like when he's not at work, he doesn't want to be doing work like things. Think about, like, when you finish work, do you want to go home and work again? No. You want to be out of the work mode and like chill. And then like imagine that's going to be my whole my whole life. That's what we're doing, missionary, because Bay doesn't want to be doing work positions with me.
You can go and minister you can be a missionary and go and minister.
Yeah, thank you.
And
that does not make me moist.
Like a nice chocolate cake. It doesn't get a moist.
It's not, it just doesn't have the texture that I need.
That thing.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I feel like...
Could you?
No. I could never do that thing of like people knowing what...
That's another thing, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's too much. It's way too much. And then like people coming up to your person, like, and feeling like they have ownership over this person. I think that's another thing with Instagram. The moment it's posted online, people feel like they have ownership of your body because they've posted that. You've posted it online.
Yeah. But and that's the thing, because like, what's the point of... I was talking to this girl the other day, and I was like, listen, because she was like, I'm on Instagram, but like I don't like to make my account public. It's a private account. And I was like, okay, cool, fair and fine. But I was like, I don't get people that do that, because the point of having an Instagram account, right, or having a social media, means that you're posting your things out there so that it can reach a wider audience, blah blah blah. If you just want your friends to see things, make a WhatsApp group and then like send your homies pictures and be like, at the swimming pool, chilling with Jordan, right? So I'm just like,
post on your WhatsApp status.
Yes, on your WhatsApp status, so your contacts see what they want to see.
They can use your content. They can literally sell your pictures. And if you're out here like posing with your booty out and whatnot, you can't go and like sue them when your booty is now on like brazzers.com.
Pornhub.
Right.
But yeah, so
for those of you that know what that is, I don't know what that is.
I plead the fifth. I will not. I refuse to comment on that.
You said it, girl.
I just said Pornhub, which I feel like it's just the most.
I've never heard of it. I've never heard.
Can we do a search on your phone?
Yeah, you sure can. But
yeah, so again, I just feel like if you dress sexy, you need to be ready to take everything that comes with it.
With
because you're not guys, we're not islands. We don't live by ourselves. But also at the same time, I feel like some people are so confident in like the way they look. A good sorry, this is just me sidetracking. So for those of our listeners that don't know, we have a socialite, and her name is Madam Boss. And like last year, I think it was at an awards thing, and she was wearing a very tight-fitting outfit that her husband designed for her. So she took a picture, she posted on, Instagram, and then like people like gave her grief for dressing that way, and they're like, no, you can't dress that way. It's inappropriate for a woman who's married to dress like this. And then she posts an apology to her followers. So I was just like, this was so counterproductive, because I'm like, if you put on this outfit, you looked at yourself in the mirror, your husband looked at you before you left the house, and your husband was like, baby, you're looking amazing.
Why are you apologizing?
You leave the house and you look, I look great, I look amazing. And then because the public who don't pay your bills.
Girl, well, maybe they do.
Okay, maybe they buy your
Yeah,
but okay, whatever.
The fans,
but like,
I guess.
You can't answer to all of your fans. Like, and like the fact that she apologized, I felt like it was so counterproductive for her having worn like because apparently the husband designed the outfit. I don't know like how far true that story is, but like I'm just like, I don't understand why she had to apologize for that.
I also don't get it.
And like she looked good.
I'm like, if
are you unapologetic
outfit,
about your
have the
sexiness?
balls to wear the outfit, or just don't wear it at all. If you don't have the confidence to pull it off and be unashamed, even when people come to you and they're like, oh no, why did you wear that? Why did you? Girl, I wanted to wear it because I wanted to wear it, and I wore it, and so deal with it. It's not on my body anymore. You can just look at pictures, but it's not like I'm gonna be like this forever. It's just one piece of me. And if you can't accept it, then you like.
But like, what about in this like in the circumstance where like, you know how lawyers, they're very particular about like how lawyers have to look, even accountants, like there's certain professions where you have to look a certain way, and where like if you do something like, maybe I don't know, if I'm a lawyer and then like tomorrow I take a picture like this and I'm like clout whatever, and then like I get fired from work because like I'm going against their whatever code of dressing conduct like in my social life, is that still like
I feel like it's so slippery slope. I don't know, it's so this conversation is just, it's so draining, guys. It is so draining. It's like, it's very problematic that we live in a society where women don't have ownership or don't get the opportunities to have ownership over their bodies, and that people get to feel like they can police what a woman is allowed to do or what a woman can and cannot do. I think it goes back to so far in history to where women were not allowed to do certain things. I think even looking at like the royal family, there's like a set guideline of the kind of clothes that a woman can wear. And for me, that's so problematic. Like, what if I want to look cute? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I just don't feel like following your rules? You know what I mean? And I feel like people should be allowed to have agency and should be allowed to do what they want to do with their bodies. I mean, it is your body. And like I was saying, it's you who has to deal with the consequences. It's you who has to like navigate through this world. And I don't think there should be consequences for people choosing to show skin. If we're gonna go back, if you're religious and if you read the Bible, I'm not religious, but I have read the Bible like 6 million times. So in the Bible, we started off naked, guys. That's like, I think that's even facts, regardless of what religion you are. That's facts.
We all started
off naked. This is an industry. This is capitalism at work. This is capitalism. And so by you enforcing people to wear clothes, you are enforcing capitalism, and which therefore means that your mind has been institutionalized. You are a symptom of capitalism. You know what I'm saying? You're forcing people to like buy the brands, put on the clothes, do this, do that. Like, you are now an institution, right? You don't even know. You're so institutionalized that you don't even know that you're like being controlled by these people. And whoever these people are, you might be asking, who are these people?
Who is the man?
Right. These people are you. You know what I'm saying? You sitting on this screen, judging us and saying, "Look at these two girls."
Imagine.
Can you
like
imagine this?
showing all of this,
showing their legs and showing their midriff, but we're not even really like naked, guys. Like this is, we're clothed. And we're by a pool. I mean, okay.
But the thing is, like, it still comes back down to the whole argument that like we're not an island. Like, you don't live in an island. If you're at a wedding, and then like, let's not lie, if we were to go to a wedding right now,
just like this, deal with it.
Or if you're at the wedding and you're dressed differently and some girl walks in like in a bikini, you are gonna be like, and then
I get you, I hear you.
You see, so like it's always a thing. And I'm not, okay, maybe we're using like extreme examples, but like it can literally be that like someone comes in and they're wearing like a tiny little skirt, like a super tiny, super tight skirt and dress and outfit, and like they walk into a wedding and like everyone is like dressed, you know, like Zimbabwean
formally,
wedding style,
right?
Then everyone's gonna be like, oh, did she not know where she was coming to? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
And then as much as we're liberal people, we'll also have that whole thing and be like, and then
Right. I think it's passed down to us. Can you recall a time in your life where you put some cute clothes in your bag and waited for your parents to drop you off somewhere, and then you bust out your clothes and like ran to the bathroom and changed? I used to do that.
Of
like,
course. I think every girl did that.
Right.
Yes. But then that's different because like, you know, we were dressing to go to club. Do you get it? Or like to go chill 5 hours at Avondale.
But why is club etiquette allowed? Like, why is it allowed to look sexy at a club? Why?
Because I guess it's the intention behind the way you're dressing. When you go to club, why are you dressing sexy?
Good question. But when you
like you thought about, you're like, okay.
When you're going to a let's say to a meeting, why is it that you have to dress formally? Please tell me that.
It's because the belief that you look serious when you dress formally.
What does serious look like?
It looks like a suit and tie.
No, but I can look serious.
I know, pencil skirts.
I look serious right now. Don't I look serious? I look serious.
But then again, you have to know your audience. That's also another thing. Is that like if I'm going to go for a meeting and it's an office full of men, I'm not... Okay. I will dress if I'm... Okay, I naturally do like to dress like provocatively.
You know what?
But I will do it like in a way that like I still look like my sexy self, but I still have my dignity at the same time.
Oh, you
like,
better.
If that makes sense,
Right.
you know? So like I'm not gonna go like this, but I'll wear like a tight skirt and like, you know, my blouse or whatever, but like I'll look sexy. Like I could pose for like
I feel
Vogue
even
and like
in
be
the
in the meeting at the
office,
same
women
time.
have to like dress for the consumption of a man. Like if
So
you're
that she
going
can
to a
be
meeting,
listened to.
right?
That's
If you're
the
going to a
unfortunate
meeting
thing.
and you're going to present, obviously you're gonna wear that nice tight dress.
Yes.
And you're gonna like, you know, show
With
your
your
body.
makeup.
Right, you're gonna show your body, and you're gonna like catch the attention of the people.
Yeah, which is so unfortunate. Like even when I go for like radio interviews sometimes and I know that they're gonna like have a camera and everything, like I'm not gonna wear like my baggiest jeans. I did that once though, and that's because I didn't think there was gonna be a camera. But like if I'd known, I would have dressed completely differently.
Right.
And the thing is that we do that because we know that it does get you attention. Like, you know, there's so many what you call it?
You know what? I think everyone likes attention.
Yes.
But yeah, there's so many
what are they called? Studies that have been done, like where, you know, women that are dressed in a certain way, like if you're wearing a tight red dress and you're wearing a tight white dress, as much as your body is like, you stand out more than I do, but because I'm wearing a red dress, like it will appeal more to like men because it's a red dress.
You know what? And that's my favorite color, guys. That is really my favorite color. You know, no, to be honest, a long time ago, someone said to me, people that like to wear red are seductresses. And I was like, excuse me, no. Like, I just like the color. Like, it's a really beautiful color. And I don't know why would red... Yeah, even this thing, the idea of red lipstick. People are like, oh, why are you wearing red lipstick?
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand. Why can we not wear red, guys? Why are we so programmed into believing that?
Yeah, but I guess it's because of like the times. Like I think it was maybe in the 60s, Marilyn Monroe with the whole red lipstick thing and the like white face, like the way it just stands out. I think the contrast and everything, because like it draws attention. So if you're wearing red lipstick, it's going to draw attention to your mouth. And then people are going to be like, oh, well, she wants someone to kiss her.
But do you know what? Can I tell you the truth? Do you know how many times I've been told, I'm not going to kiss you because you're wearing lipstick?
Oh, like, just because it's going to rub off on them.
Right. So if we were really doing something to get your attention or to get a kiss, knowing that someone is not going to kiss you because you're wearing lipstick, why would I wear the lipstick? Ask yourself that question. It's a really good question. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I know that a man is literally not going to kiss me because I'm wearing lipstick, why the hell would I wear the lipstick? I would just come through with my clear glass.
And I guess you can then apply the same thing to, like, the dressing.
Right.
Like, if... I don't know, but the dressing thing is just crazy. It's hard to kind of strike a balance with it. I just think that people just need to also just have a sense of occasion.
Right.
And just know that like in certain circumstances, yes, we all have attention, but yes, you also know like the natural nature of men. Unfortunately, ladies, we know how men be. Men be tripping.
But I feel like we need to change it. I feel like women need to stop dogging on other women, and there needs to stop being this standard that is set by women. Because you know what, I feel like women set the standard when it comes to this nakedness thing. Because if all women just stood up for each other and were there, because we all know bodies, we all know what it's like to feel cute in a certain outfit. Like, I think we all know that. And so if you can practice empathy and just be like, oh, I understand where this person is coming from.
Would you stand up for your friend if she was dressed like inappropriately at a work meeting or?
I think so, guys.
But sometimes it's not easy to, like, it's not easy to, because you're like, if everyone is like, oh my gosh, like she's dressed inappropriately, sometimes it's hard to be, because like it's hard to be that one person who's like, well, I think she's fine.
No,
like,
pro-choice. I think that inappropriate is when you're like showing your titties and your ass.
But what if that's okay, for example, Zimbabwe. So for those of you who don't know her, she's a local.
No, let's talk about
socialite.
Rihanna. Let's talk about someone everyone can relate to.
Okay, Rihanna.
Rihanna. Okay. When she went to the well, I don't know what award show that was, where she like wore that Swarovski crystal dress.
Yes, yeah.
And like you could see her nipples.
Yes.
I don't think that was inappropriate at all.
It was glamorous.
Bomb. She looked amazing. And why is it okay for Rihanna to do it, but the moment I do it, it's like, you're a slut, you're a whore, you're showing your boobies, you want people's attention.
Then it comes back to the context. That's what I was saying, that like, again, you need to realize that you're not an island. If you were to do that in America, no one would care. They'd just be like, okay, cool beans, live your best life. But doing it here in Zim, where we're so reserved.
But we need to break that.
And the best way to break it is to say that culturally it isn't wrong to dress to show skin.
Right, and to show your titties because your culture.
Because actually, funny enough, in the African culture, you cover up when you get married, not when you're single. When you're single,
You better signal.
Hey.
Do you believe in that though? Like in this, like the Indian, I don't know what culture it is, where they have to like hijab and like.
It's just the eyes.
Only.
Yeah.
That is hectic. I don't think I could survive, guys.
But it's someone's culture. And like, if you were to go to if you were to go into an Indian community and then you're like, well, I'm pro-choice, and then you're dressed like that, would you dress like this?
Definitely. Are you kidding
Jordan,
me?
do not lie.
No, let me tell you, something about me is that I like to push boundaries. And if I am going to acknowledge the fact that like things need to change, I'm going to be the one that's going to make the change. Do you know what I'm saying? Even if it makes me hated, it will get me noticed and it will get people to talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, unfortunately, that's how things have to happen. In order for the stigma to be broken, there has to be someone to cause stigma. Do you know what I'm saying? Cause conversation.
Yeah.
There has to be a cause for conversation. You know what I'm saying? Without something sparking conversation, people will never have the opportunity to speak about these things and have opposing views and opposing opinions. And in order for things to change, people have to see that, you know what? Sometimes my opinion isn't the be-all and end-all. Yeah. And sometimes what I believe is not the be-all and end-all, because what I think is cute, this cute little number right here, you may not think is cute.
Yeah.
Someone may think that in order to come to the swimming pool, I need to put on a one piece and my sarong and a hat and gloves up to here and socks up to just being dramatic. But
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. We all have different ways of navigating this earth, and I don't think we should like police people's expression.
I get you. But do you think that by women dressing more and more sexy over time, we're gonna lose the, like, men won't be as excited about it anymore?
Too bad. There's so much more to a woman than like aesthetics. You know what? If you're really gonna get excited about a woman, there's so many other things to be excited about than just her body. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time for us to break that. I feel like men will
feel different about that specific point.
No, I feel like there's so many women who have just been married because They were beautiful.
Yeah.
But the moment this woman now wants to have a voice within her own household, her husband is not going to take her seriously because I didn't marry you for your brains.
For your brain, yeah.
Or for what you can say. I married you for that body and for what you can do for me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's problematic. Maybe now if we destigmatized women's bodies, men would start paying attention to real things that have to do with being a woman, like what comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, the content of your mind.
Yeah.
There's so much more to a woman than, oh, her curves. Oh, the apex of her thighs. Oh, her boobies. Like, girl, boring. Don't bore me, please.
It's like this production that I saw called Two Naked Girls Reading. That's where I got the idea for the Two Naked Girls in a Podcast.
We're not reading.
We're not reading, yeah. But basically, like, they did this whole production on stage, and like they were wearing, I think they didn't have bras on. I didn't watch this production. I was told by someone else, by this man who went with his wife, and he was like, he just thought that it was a title. He didn't really think that they would be dressed that way. But he was like, when they like, and they're opening their legs, and he was like, we could see everything. And I was like, but he was like, the play though was about, the play was, you know, talking about, you know, issues that women were facing and things like that. And he was like, to a certain extent, he was like, it was kind of effective because he was like, as much as he felt uncomfortable, and then like by the time the production was over, like he was like, as a man, he got over the whole fact that, okay, these women are practically naked on stage.
Right.
Like it wasn't as fascinating
Desensitization.
Anymore. Yes,
That's
exactly.
part of what we need to do, is that we need to desensitize the female body. Going back to like Instagram, on Instagram, women's nipples are censored.
Yeah.
And if you post a picture with your nipples, they take it down in seconds. And why is it different from a male nipple? Tell me. What is different? Is it that a woman feeds a baby with her nipple, but we've all sucked on a nipple, so why does it now?
So why is it
why is a
crazy
woman's nipple sexualized when it's actually a means by which a baby gets its nourishment? We all got our, well, most of us.
Yeah.
Some people didn't have that privilege.
Yeah.
But yeah, why is it sexualized when it comes to a woman? Why does a woman's body always have so many different things and so many different rules? It's so boring. It's boring now. It's so boring.
True. And the funny thing is that a woman's body is the most practical, if you think about it. Like,
creator of life, navigator of spirits.
Exactly.
Right.
We provide nourishment.
I mean,
and like, but then we're sexualized at the same time. It's kind of twisted if you think about it.
And if you actually,
it's like sexualizing a piece of chicken.
Right. It doesn't even make sense, guys. But yeah.
So what is the conclusion then? Dress how you want, ladies.
Yes.
Tomorrow, let's all go into the streets.
Agency. Enjoy your body, girl.
Yes. I feel like if you're gonna dress sexy for you. Don't do it for anyone else.
And be safe.
Because that's when you need to explain yourself to everyone.
Right.
But like, if it's just for you, I think also sometimes, like, as another woman, you can actually just tell that, like, man, this girl just likes to dress sexy. Like,
right.
And I don't blame her. Her body
you're like,
is like,
man, this girl came to steal people's men.
Yes, like, exactly.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think the conclusion here is, do what you gotta do, girl. Like, because people are gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, it's gonna continue to happen. People's bodies are gonna, rapists are going to exist no matter what.
Yeah.
Regardless of how you're gonna dress, a rapist will be a rapist will be a rapist.
That is very
And
true.
you can't stop them. So go ahead. Go on ahead.
Live your best life. Do
yeah,
what you gotta do.
a really great conversation. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
Bye, late Felicias.
yes, but don't forget to like catch us on our socials. They're like written here or here. I don't know
Or
where
like
they're written.
floating around.
Right,
but like
right.
they will like our other podcasts are like in these corners. So like make sure you click on them, like the links, so you can just click to watch like the next episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, and like we said in the last one, if you would like us to speak about anything, or if you're interested in like being a guest on the show, please hit us in the description. I'm not the description,
Comments.
in the comment section.
Yes.
But also please like, please subscribe,
Yes.
and please share to all the people that you have in your following.
Yeah.
Whatever, your friends, your family.
Tell your
WhatsApp.
sisters and your brothers and your brothers' brothers and your aunties and your cousins and your grandparents and your maid and your gardener.
Right. And I feel like this is only just the beginning. We are going to come to you guys with so much more great content.
This year we have very interesting topics. Like sex.
But yeah, Thank you guys. See you soon.
Yes. I'm gonna push Jordan in the pool now.
Bye.
Bye, Late Felicia.
Where are the
drinks
drinks
today? We're
today?
sober
We are
today.
sober. Practicing sobriety. AA.
I never trade you for anybody else, my Zimbabwe.